Now, of course, when you're playing the Astros, you're thinking to yourself, I want nothing more than to beat this team. They're full of first-round picks. Remember, it was like 10 years ago that Correa was the first pick in the draft, or maybe that was the year we started as the Miami Marlins. Back in 2012 is when Correa, thank you, Coca, was the first-round pick. So the Astros are playing. Everyone's rooting against them. Everyone's rooting for Minnesota. They have a great offense. They're starting Jose Barrios, who would be a number one starter on about 10 teams. He started the second game for Minnesota. Nelson Cruz, the 40-year-old, we went through their whole team. They simply couldn't hit. And meanwhile, Dusty Baker's throwing out no Verlander. Greinke was okay. He's throwing out a bullpen made up of starters. Javier, a starter who ended up going deep again, like they had the starter go deep in game one. And lo and behold, the Astros sweep. The Astros are moving on. Great. People are celebrating a little bit because you're past the wild card. Now you're just into the division series, which is frankly when the playoffs start. When we were in the playoffs, that's the first series. It's the division series. You're a wild card team. You play the division winner with the best record, and that's the division series. Now you got to get through a 2 out of 3 just to get into a 3 out of 5 in the division series. You haven't won anything yet. Now, I'm not yucking on any of these teams' yum. I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to sell into the fact that not just we were a playoff team, that's what you sell when you lose in the first round. But if you win the first round, you sell in to the fact that you are a series winning, not the World Series, but a series winning playoff team. So I understand that the Astros are excited. I understand they have a chip on their shoulder because they want to believe they would have won the World Series even without cheating. We'll never know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Carlos Correa puts on his mask, gets in front of the microphone, and that's when things went sideways. Sideways? Sideways. Quote, I know a lot of people are mad. Side note, dogs get mad, people get angry. I know a lot of people are mad. I know a lot of people don't want to see us here. But what are they going to say now? Carlos. I went right on CBS Sports HQ when this quote came out, and I did the following right on the air. And I think the bosses at HQ said, wait a minute, that's a little too nothing personal for us here on HQ. Although I thought it was funny. I went like this. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you can see what I do. If not, you're just going to hear it. Shh. Be very, very quiet. Shh, 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 shh. Dr. Evil. Shh, shh. I'm walking into that clubhouse as team president, and I'm saying to Mr. Correa, we got enough problems. Could you just keep your yapper shut until we win the World Series? And then I promise you, I will give you the microphone. You will lead off the parade. You can be in the first car. You can take the microphone first before Jim Crane. You can say anything you want. You can gloat. Just don't open your mouth when we won a 2 out of 3 series to get into the division series. What have we done? What are they going to say now? Here's what they're going to say now. You haven't won crap. Great. You won a first round series against a team that had lost 16 in a row before meeting you. Great. I understand the need for athletes and their ego because executives have the same ego. It is so hard to hold your tongue sometimes. I've spent many a day shouting into a pillow, calling up my head of PR and using him as a punching bag of oratory skills because I wanted to say things to people and I took a breath. I didn't want to create bulletin board material except when I did. And every time I did it on purpose. Correa wasn't trying to create bulletin board material for the next round. They're going to play either the A's or the White Sox, who have a deciding game 3 today, October 1st. But what Correa did do is continue the narrative that the Houston Astros are so cocky. They're so unlikable. They are so tone deaf and clueless that they are doing nothing but bolstering the case for people to despise them, as opposed to trying to turn the narrative. Maybe go for a little sympathy. Show a little humility when you meet the media after beating the Twins. Hey, they're a great opponent. We happened to catch them. Got great pitching, some timely hitting, and we look forward to the next round. Now that is a statement. It's not sexy. There's room for sex in the champagne room. Although there's no champagne this year. MLB said no alcohol. I guess we have to rename it. There is room for sex in the we are sneaking in the champagne room. Carlos, you've won. You know better.